There you go. 2.
And welcome to the Elementary Show. Give us a big hand. Hey! Scott McKinley. Oh my goodness. The great Scott McKinley have that song, San Francisco. Make sure you have a rose in your hair, baby. That don't make sense. I don't want to sit back here and ram about that. But you know, San Francisco means a lot to me because over 30 years ago when we started the LMS show and we started syndicating it, that was the first city we went to, and they played it. They played our shows out there. And we used to come on a decent time. I'm not complaining about the times we get back in now, but on cable. But that was the first place that played us, and I found out it worked. You know, we were getting people. Now we're all LMS is all over the world. LMS all over the world. That's time I get down.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you know, the technology just scares the hell out of me. And we welcome you to the elementary. This young lady is on her way to an engagement. I thank Christopher Rowan for bringing her down. Give Christy a big hand, everybody. Stand up, brother. Stand up.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.
He brought me someone. Oh, he brought me someone who's very pretty, and you know, I don't need my glasses when I want to see pretty girls now. I can see them a mile away. When I stop, can't see them. Take me home. Take me home. Give us your name, my friend.
Yes, my name is Deborah Ann Bird.
Give Deborah Ann Bird a big hand. Deborah Ann Bird, you're a theater producer, right?
Indeed, I am. Yes,
What does a theater producer do, primarily?
A theater producer primarily gets the cash flow. Primarily.
Oh, you put up the money?
We have to find the money, raise the money.
Oh, is that even like you do like these off Broadway plays?
Absolutely.
You gotta go out there and convince people that.
No, there's not too much convincing.
Why? Why not do too much convincing?
Well, I think that this particular our company is called Take Wing and Soar Productions, and we produce mainly the classics with classically trained actors of color, which means that we produce shows with artists who have got their Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees or their Master of Fine Arts degrees. And in those programs, you have to learn what's the Western traditional classics. And when you come out of school, what has happened to persons of color, being of African, Asian, or Hispanic descent, is that there are not many roles available.
Oh no! I was watching. I don't want to mention the name of the thing. I was watching a show I was watching on my DVD. Mm-hmm. It was a show that was popular back in the 50s. Mm-hmm. And it was, what was Raymond of the Jungle? Excuse me. And looked like the name was just throwing, that stereotype was just throwing spears and then do all kind of old crazy stuff.
Indeed. Well, we mostly produce Shakespeare and Greek tragedy, and right now we're working on an Oscar Wilde piece, The Importance of Being Earnest. So those kinds of plays is what we produce for the most part. And this year we're 10 years old. It's our 10-year anniversary season. Give her
a big hand. Give them a big hand, everybody. So you don't have to take much convincing for the people to do that, right?
No, it doesn't. Because there's a need in the community. The artists want to do it, absolutely. Because they don't get opportunities.
It's very limited, people of color. It's very, very limited. Sometimes I get, I see some actors and actresses who are very talented. Mm-hmm. Well, before I tell you, you gonna come back and do another show for me in the near future? I'm gonna go more into this.
Absolutely.
I get angry sometimes because I see so many qualified actors and actresses, out there, and they don't get, I don't mean to, marquee them, but they don't get no good parts.
Well, indeed. And
it makes me so angry.
Well, that's why we're built for, so that you can get the good parts. You don't no longer have to just hold the spear. You can be the king if you like. Absolutely. Why
and
not?
those spears, in the jungle,
We don't have to do that because we have the skill sets for years and years and years and years. Like Earl Hyman, who was the father on The Cosby Show. Many people don't know that he's a classically trained actor who traveled all across the world, Norway and other places, to do his Shakespeare.
Sometimes they have people that forming acting companies. We're going back in time. I remember, what's his name? Lightning on Amos and Andy. Remember Lightning? Remember Lightning? I guess I'll ease on Mr. Kingfish. But in real life, he had an acting school.
Yes.
And he trained people of color in acting.
Absolutely.
And I think another person who did that, but I could say I corrected, is Marla Gibbs.
Yes. And Amos Theater Company, Rosetta Lenoir.
Yes.
Yeah, she also trained people.
Right. On Family Matters, right?
Yes.
With the mother of the Carl's mother.
Right.
I used to. She was
Absolutely fabulous. She was indeed. Yes.
We can sit back and talk about actors and actresses all day. Excuse me. What's your opinion about the current plays on Broadway?
Well, there are a whole lot of plays, of course. But if I think of let's say the ones that have persons of color.
Yeah.
The Trip to Bountiful with Cecily Tyson and Vanessa Williams and Cuba Gooding and you okay, my dear?
I'm okay.
And Condola Rashad's daughter. I mean, not her name is Condola Rashad.
Yeah.
Felicia Rashad's daughter,
right.
Condola. That play, Trip to Bountiful, is extremely amazing. And Cecily Tyson, she just won the Tony.
Oh, yeah, give her a big hand.
She just won the Tony. Yes, indeed. And a wonderful friend of mine who also produces the classics, but he produces mainly the American classics.
Yes.
He did Cat on the Hot Tin Roof.
I love that play.
Indeed, he did that.
Oh,
and,
my goodness.
recently, Streetcar Named Desire. His name is Stephen Bird.
You're doing the right
Indeed,
thing.
indeed.
I was reading an article the other day in the paper. It was in the Voice of the People, and they were talking about people going to see these Broadway plays, spending all this money, and you have a lot of regional companies that do it just as better, just as good. You can hear me now. Wait, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get the
No, I
question.
said regional companies.
Yes.
They're doing an excellent job too, right?
Absolutely, they are. The regional, a lot of the plays that are on Broadway, they start in the regional houses. Mainly, there's one in Princeton. I'm missing the name, but they go up to Boston. They go, to Jersey, and they start out there so that they can test the show and make sure the show is going great, and then they bring it to Broadway. They don't. Most people don't ever go just straight to Broadway. Some people do, but not a lot, indeed. So, yes, the regional theaters are doing well. Sometimes the Broadway shows leave Broadway and then go out to the regions and perform there as well.
I would like to thank you very much for joining us today, Element Show, and with your permission, we'd like you to come back another day.
Absolutely, I shall.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's the name?
Deborah Ann Bird.
Deborah Ann Bird. Deborah Ann Bird, and I'm welcome over here, but I still got to keep on, and we'll be back.
Indeed.